It's trending on X social media that Joe Biden has been diagnosed with cancer. Yes, prostate cancer. There's a lot of people out there who are saying they didn't like the guy, but they're going to pray for him and you know, hope the best and all this kind of stuff. I got a different way of looking at that. I would have been fine had he been charged with treason and then they put him in front of a firing squad. I would have been fine with the government arresting him and putting him away for what little life he has on this earth, for the horrible things that this man has done throughout his entire life. He was the most racist, dirtiest, corrupt scumbag that ever existed. And in his final days, when dementia hit, Democrats were more than happy to prop his corpse up in a chair and auto-pin tons of executive orders, causing damage that will probably never be repaired in my lifetime to this country, as well as countries abound. This man did nothing to try to bring peace. In fact, as soon as he got into office, war broke out all over the world. The apocalypse basically began. I don't feel for him. I don't give a shit. In fact, if it's slow and miserable and horrible, then so be it. See, I believe that God is omniscient, omnipresent, all-knowing, all-powerful, and that when it is our time on this earth to be taken out, however way that may be, we have no control over that. When God says it's dead time and it's time to go down for a dirt nap and enter into the afterlife, that's it. It doesn't matter what you think. It don't matter if you believe in him. It doesn't matter if you wonder if he's real or false, or you can't figure out how the universe got here, or if you come from a monkey or God made you from dirt. All that doesn't matter in the end. When you are on your dying deathbed, taking your last breath, that's it. That's the end of the road for you. I have never liked Joe Biden. I've always seen him as a piece of trash. The only reason why he got in was so Democrats could use his corpse as a means to be able to push whatever terrible agendas and ideas they had. They've ruined so many things, everything from entertainment, everything to gymnastics for women, everything from causing division between races, wars, money laundering. I mean, I could go on all damn day about what these corrupt bastards did. And it seems to me that our government never planned on doing anything about it. They were never going to do anything about Joe Biden. I even said it 100 times. I said, nah, these idiots, Republicans and Democrats, they're never going to be punished. They're never going to be held accountable. And I even said if it wasn't for God, there'd be no justice, ever. Justice wouldn't even have a definition. It wouldn't even have a point. It's just a subjective idea of how we think that people should be punished for the wrongdoings that we, in our opinion, think is wrong. That's what it's like being a non-believer. Everything's just an opinion, just a view. It doesn't have any more weight or substance to it than that of a baboon fart. Nobody gives a shit. But in a universe with God, no matter how corrupt the government is, no matter how evil you are, no matter how much you take from people, no matter how much you enslave the human race, no matter how much you burn, torment, sexually abuse, rape, dismember, God's got your timer set. So, I don't care. I'm not praying for Joe Biden. I'm not praying for any of the filth that followed him and helped him assist in the absolute destruction of our planet. That's great. A bunch of Christians, you want to pray for him and you want to get on your little knees and put your paws together and plead for him and beg, do it. I'm not. This man is evil. The Bible tells me to hate, admonish evil, to not share my light with darkness, and this guy is a void of darkness. Not doing it. Don't care. I didn't care when the Pope died either. There's a lot of people out there in the world that they just simply, it's not necessary for them to exist. They had their time, they had their choices, and they spent their entire life being scheming bastards, dirty, filthy. And they were never going to be held accountable by man's laws or accountable by the laws of the government. So this is, as far as I'm concerned, it's divine intervention. It's justice. You did your part in ruining and wrecking people's lives, and you let thousands of people die in North Carolina, all those people that were destroyed in their homes. The only thing you could push was $700 to people who had children out in the street, people who were drowned in mud and quicksand, and I'm supposed to pray for this guy? Nah, I don't think so. Jesus tells me I don't have to pray for evil people. In fact, the Bible says God hates all workers of iniquity. And this guy was a deliberate sinner. He boasted about his evils. His family has been punished repeatedly for what they did, and he still didn't learn from it. Now it's to the point where he doesn't even have the ability to tie his own damn shoes. So be it. And isn't it ironic? This man has lived all of his life for himself, and now God has put him in a position where he can't even remember his own damn name half the time. He doesn't even know the name of his own kids who he ruined their fucking lives. So I don't care. I don't. If he was any other, like, if he was an innocent old man, of course I would cry, I would mourn, and I would feel saddened about a life and something of value being taken away, and I would pray for all the accomplishments and things that a person who did contribution to humanity did. Sure, I would. But not for this fucking animal. No. No. And if anybody thinks that they want to come in and say, Brett, you're a mean bastard or whatever, yeah, whatever. But I didn't commit treason. I didn't go out there and do that kind of shit. I didn't sit there and try to hide the Epstein files of all these children being violated and abused. So it is what it is. What kind of idiot would you be to sit there and forgive that? Do you think God's going to forgive Joe Biden for what he did and the people that worked with him? Nah. Not going to happen. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. There's going to be plenty of other Christians out there with their hokey-pokey ice cream version of God, but not here. That's not going to happen. That shit's sailed. So if you are evil and you are a terrible person and you do terrible shit to other people, then you reap what you sow. That's biblical. That's the laws of the universe. You fucking screw with people, you fucking find out. Period. Fuck around, find out. Simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Enjoy your prostate cancer, Biden.